thing to do.
All right. Now, we got Jim on the line. Jim Helton, you are the president, the boss, the head man in charge of this Genocide Incest Park Indiegogo campaign. You're trying to raise money to build this thing? Is that, if you build it, they will come?
Yeah, we've already raised enough to put up 2 billboards in 2 days.
Now, and that's good. So they start with a billboard, then you hope the billboard would then get you more money. By the way, you're with Sterling and Mary Kate on 700 WLW. Help me understand the genesis, pardon the pun, deliberately stated, of this idea of the Genocide and Incest Park, because I want to know what the hell's going on in there.
Yeah, well, they're building the Ark Encounter, which is based on the Noah's Ark story. And, and people tell kids that's a cute story with some animals and a boat, and we teach it to children. But what people fail to realize is that God wiped out the entire earth but one family. That's mass genocide. And then he repopulated the earth for the second time using one family with incest. We defend their right to be able to build this park. We just find it highly immoral and not appropriate for a family fun day.
Well, I don't think they're celebrating the flushing of the badness and the darkness and the evil and the wrong. It's the rebirth and all the good stuff. And I don't think I would make the 2x2 on the damn boat, to tell you the truth, Jim Helton. But that's just me. I'd like to. I would have been in one of those like refugees you see, like when the helicopters are leaving Vietnam. They'd be like, "Hey, what about me? Can you help me out?" Like, nah, we're full, son. There's no hope for you. Mary Kate, what do you think about that?
Oh, I think they would have let you on the boat. I'm sure there would have been some room, right?
Mom always said breed up, but that's a whole other story.
Well, it was only one family. They only let one family. It was 2 of each animal, but there was only one family. That means, I'm not saying there might not have been some bad people in the world, but that's babies, families. Everybody was wiped out because of that. That's just highly immoral.
Sterling just thinks he's an animal.
Well, we are all human animals, generally speaking. Jim Helton, what's going to go on inside the Genocide and Incest Park? Because you can't really have the genocide. The incest you can't really stop. I mean, that's people doing whatever. And if it's forced, it's rape. That's a whole other thing. And I'm sure you, as an atheist, still wouldn't condone that.
Yeah, I mean, the billboard we're doing is basically mocking the Ark Encounter in Williamstown, that they're building this replica of Noah's Ark. They're trying to say that the Noah's Ark is a true story. They're trying to say it actually happened, the earth entirely flooded. Scientifically, we know this isn't true, and they're building this replica of Noah's Ark and having this theme park. We mockingly joke that we would build our own. But
wait a minute, whoa, Jim, whoa, stop. So you're saying you're really not going to build the Genocide and Incest Park, you really just want billboards. Now, I'm very upset because I wanted to at least give a peep at this thing.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it.
Well, I mean, we want to. I would love to do it, but we would need over $100 million to do it. And we did put that in our campaign. If we did raise enough money, we would absolutely build one, and we talked about some fun rides we would name it. I'm just being practical. I don't know if quite we'll hit that goal. Our campaign's been successful, insanely successful in 2 days. I just don't know if it'll be that successful.
$100 million incest park is practical. Come on.
I mean, if you think about it, right now in Syria and a lot of other places around the world, there's already some serious genocidal activities taking place, and also forced, sex, rape, and beheadings and drownings. So, I think it'd be safer in Kentucky generally, but that's just me.
Yeah, I mean, in Kentucky, you can also marry your cousin. They ask you on your application how you're related. So.
Well, isn't that the case everywhere? I haven't been married yet. I've had numerous failed relationships, but never jumped the broom and tied the knot and had to give up half, at least not officially. So, I mean, how does your family feel about this? I mean, you are an atheist, or are you just trying to make money from the billboards? How does this work? I want to know if I can get on the action.
All right. Well, the Tri-State Freethinkers is not an atheist organization. Most of our members are. I am an atheist. A lot of our members are. We're to do the billboard. Now, the neat thing is, if you like our billboard, if you donate $500 to this campaign, we'll actually put you drowning in the ocean under Noah's Ark. So you can actually be in this billboard, which is pretty cool.
That's different.
So wait, who can be in the billboard? The people that are donating?
Anybody. If you fund it and put $500 towards the billboard campaign and send us a picture, we'll put you drowning in the ocean of Noah's Ark in the billboard. You'll actually be in the billboard.
Now, I need a billboard personally. That would be good for me to promote myself, my show, and I don't know if Mary Kate's ever going to work with me again. Nobody ever does more than once or twice. Even Rocky, after a couple times, was like, meh. So I'm just. Would it be a good promotion for me to have my bald head, up on a billboard in the waters outside the Ark, drowning? I don't think that sounds. Is that a bad choice, Mary Kate?
I would tune in to that. I think.
Jim Helton.
With all the press it's getting, how could it be bad?
I guess you are getting a lot of press. Am I part of the problem then? Is Mary Kate a part of the solution by having you on here? Because anytime I was very interested at genocide and incest park. So this is, you have no intention of actually having a park at all whatsoever.
No, this has been an international campaign. We've had donations in over a half dozen countries, but we are trying to draw attention to this art park that Answers in Genesis is building as, just from a morality point of view. We find this really highly immoral that you're bringing kids to this and saying that this story is true, which it's not, and saying that it's a good thing. I mean, that is the main part of our campaign. We're not going to really profit from it. Any money we get, we're going to use towards the campaign. If we have any money left over, we're going to throw a huge counter party on their opening day and invite some comedians, live music, and maybe some famous speakers. But we're not going to personally profit from it.
Jim Helton, I want to say Jim Henson, but he's dead, and he was the Muppet guy. Totally different. Jim Helton, the president of this atheist group, or not so, the Freethinkers. So you can be atheist, you could be Christian, you could be Jew, you could be Buddhist, you could be nothing at all whatsoever. This genocide incest park Billboard campaign, just for billboards. I'm very upset that you're not really going to build a park. I feel like I've been duped.
Well, not really, because like I said, it does say in print, if we raise enough money, we will do so.
Right.
I just don't think we're going to do so.
I want to see the blueprints of the park. I want to see what it's going to be like.
We put out some things of what we would do to counter, like we would have a rainbow zip line, we would have a deep baptismal waterfall, a dead god zoom flume. We'll have a post where we're asking our members to come up with other creative ride ideas just in case, so we're prepared to build this park just in case we raise enough money. So we will be prepared.
You seem very passionate. And listen, I have friends that are atheist or agnostic. Nihilist, it's a whole other thing altogether. Sterling, by the way, with Mary Kate talking to Jim Helton, he's the president of this Genocide and Incest Park Billboard campaign on the big one, 700 WLW. We're short on time, but I'm just kind of curious, why are you so passionate about ruining other people's values or belief and system of what they believe is what happened and how we all got here, rather than just minding your own business and living and let living?
If people just kept it to themselves, I really personally don't care what people's personal beliefs are, but it doesn't stay with themselves. It seeps into our public schools, into our government, into things we teach. To give you an example of the thinking of what this irrational and superstition thinking leads to, I'm in Boone County, Kentucky. My son goes to a school where they teach sex education based on biblical values, not science. In the top 10 ways to prevent teen pregnancy, nowhere is mentioned condoms or contraceptives.
But you're bright enough to do that. You just told me that I should use a condom for a lot of reasons, because we don't need little Sterling or Sterlingettes running around. But you could tell your kid that. Why are you worried about the school taking care of that business anyway?
I do tell my kid that, but it's the other parents not telling their kids. And the data shows us when other kids aren't taught these things that they don't use them. And it also takes two. So the more kids that are educated, the better. And we know the results when you teach these programs abstinence only till marriage. It has a 2% success rate. Kids are ignorant.
I was that kid.
And it does damage.
I was a 2% pill baby. I kid you not. How messed up am I? My mom told me that when I was small. If it wasn't for the 2% in the pill, you wouldn't be here. You're a gift. You're a blessing. And then Dad didn't want me. It's a whole other conversation, and I need therapy.
Oh, we're the
violins. We could go on and on about this, but that's why we take a stand, because it's not only sex education, it's women's health care, it's equal rights, all these values. It's gay rights, marriage equality. All these things are based on these, that the Bible is absolutely true, and this is God's word, and this is why we need to discriminate against people. And that's why we're passionate, because the two biggest things we stand up for are equal rights and separation of church and state. And we found out they pretty much go hand in hand.
Well, so does the big Jesus statue bother you too? The one...
The Hug Me Jesus or the Touchdown Jesus? I think it's Hug Me Jesus now. Touchdown Jesus burned down by lightning.
Oh, right, yeah. Did that bother you guys too?
Yeah, Thor struck him down, I think. But no, that doesn't bother me at all, because that's on private property. If you put that on private property, we don't have a problem. We were the ones that put up the display in Brookville, Indiana, where they put up nativity scenes on public property. Then we have a problem. On private property, you have the right to do that. We have no problem with Touchdown Jesus or whichever
so
one
it's
of
that
version
it's
is
on
now.
Public property. Okay.
Yeah, that's where we get involved, is on public property. And we see a lot of church-state separation violations in the area, and we take action when we see them, and when they come to our attention.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, we're way. We think we've touched all we can on this, and give people a chance to sound off. How can people find out more about you, your Genocide Incest Park Billboard initiative, and whatever else? Because you give people a chance to check it out. Maybe they want to give money, maybe they don't. I'm now afraid I'm going to go to hell just talking to you, but that's a whole other story. I wasn't even, seriously. How can people find out more?
The best way is if you go to our website, tri-statefreethinkers.com. We have the Billboard campaign, how you can join us on Meetup. We're over 1,300 members. We're the largest free thought organization in Kentucky, Ohio, and Indiana.
So for $500, Mary Kate and I could get a billboard if we actually had a regular show, if that could ever happen, and then we could promote ourselves on, I don't know, maybe not a good choice of places to promote ourselves, drowning in the waters outside the ark and the flood. I don't know.
I think it'd be perfect. We'd love to have you.
For $500, it might be worth it, but I'm still.
It.
You want to do that?
Let's do
My
it.
management's like, I don't know.
No.
All right, Jim Helton, thanks so much for your time, brother. Take care of yourself. Thanks for making yourself
thanks for having
available.
me on.
I appreciate it. Seriously. Quick break.